Kids and parents are excited to get outside, see what the county is reopening this weekend. And the NFL has postponed a Week 4 game of their football season. Kyle has more in sports. Also, a musical record has been broken. Find out more with Sandi in entertainment. And summer temperatures have found their way into the fall season. How long will they last? Devon has the details in weather. Newscene starts now. Hi, I'm Susana Serrano. Welcome to this edition of Newscene. We continue to work remotely to bring you the latest news of the week. We start tonight with breaking news from the White House. President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump confirmed they both tested positive for coronavirus. Currently, President Donald Trump is heading to Walter Reed's Medical Center. The announcement came in hours after Hope Hicks, the president's top aide, tested positive for COVID-19. Several events have been canceled, including a rally in Central Florida that was planned for today. The news out of Washington, D.C. comes as we learn COVID-19 has claimed more than 1 million lives around the world. The United States, Brazil, India, and Mexico account for more than 50% of the deaths worldwide. The U.S. has the highest fatality rate and accounts for 20% of global deaths. Over 20 states are seeing spikes in new cases this week. And now closer to home, we take a look at the impact of the coronavirus pandemic in San Diego County. Locally, 305 new cases were confirmed yesterday. 9 new COVID-19 deaths were also reported in the county, bringing our total to 792. The new cases come as the county playgrounds reopened to the public Wednesday morning. Also on Wednesday, the Grossmont Union High School District opened for classes, and already it is set to close. A West Hills High School staff member has tested positive for coronavirus. The 5-step plan to reopen has been halted. At least 23 students have switched back to remote learning. We will continue to follow this story. And we have great news for parents and kids. San Diego playgrounds are reopening. The state's Department of Health made the announcement this week, opening slides and swings up and down the state. It had been 6 long months since playgrounds closed, and as restaurants, hair salons, and gyms reopened, playgrounds never managed to make the list. But local officials like State Assembly Person Lorena Gonzalez stepped in, and the state acted quickly.
There have not been, as far as we know at the state level, any significant outbreaks traced to a park.
The county's 100 playgrounds opened on Wednesday. Those in the city should be open by tomorrow. And the San Diego City Council is taking on racial disparities head on. The council will establish an office designed to ensure fairness within the city government on hiring and other tasks. The new Office of Race and Equity will provide education and technical support to local law enforcement, city staff, and elected officials. The goal is to recognize and end systemic racism. And the race continues for San Diego's new mayor. San Diegans will be deciding in November who the next mayor of the city will be. Current Mayor Kevin Faulkner has reached his term limits. Assemblymember Todd Gloria is facing City Council member Barbara Bree. Both are Democrats, a first for San Diego mayor. The two will have a debate tomorrow at 6 in the evening on NBC7. And San Diego's public transportation agencies are making it easier for voters to get to the polls on Election Day. MTS and NCTD announced that November 3rd will be a free ride day. The free rides will be valuable for voters since there will be fewer polling places due to the pandemic. Passengers will not need a valid fare or a Compass card, but face coverings will be required on board. Switching gears now to local sports making national headlines, players for the San Diego Loyal soccer team walked off the field after homophobic slurs were directed towards one of the players. Loyal manager Landon Donovan stood by his player's decision.
And then our guys, to their immense credit, just said, we're not going to stand for this. They were very clear in that moment that they were giving up all hopes of making the playoffs, even though they were beating one of the best teams in the league handedly. But they said it doesn't matter.
Another home team is also making headlines. Kyle, how's the Padres series looking?
Susana, the Friar faithful, couldn't be happier. The San Diego Padres took Game 2 of their 3-game series against the St. Louis Cardinals last night. The 14-year wait to enter the postseason still has life, as Game 3 is set for this afternoon at 4 p.m. Whoever wins this elimination game moves on to the divisional series to face the Los Angeles Dodgers. In other playoff news, the NBA Finals continue tonight from the bubble, and Laker fans are hoping their team can start the series with 2 straight victories against the Miami Heat. LA won the first game earlier this week in a rout, 116-98. And if the Lakers can win it all, it would overtake the Celtics for most championships ever. Tip-off is tonight at 6 on ABC. And the bad news keeps coming for the Tennessee Titans. Their game against the Pittsburgh Steelers has been postponed indefinitely due to a rising number of positive COVID-19 tests. As of this morning, 5 players and 6 staff members tested positive. The unexpected bye week means the NFL has rescheduled the game for Week 7 of the NFL season, which is set for Sunday, October 25th. And fans of Serena Williams will have to wait until 2021 to see the tennis great return to the court. The 23-time Grand Slam singles champion withdrew from the French Open earlier this week. Williams hurt her Achilles at the U.S. Open semifinal loss to Victoria Azarenka earlier this month. Serena's next chance to tie the record for major single wins will be in January. And finally tonight, many championship teams end their season with a street parade, but the Tampa Bay Lightning celebrated this week in a true Florida fashion. The Stanley Cup champions toasted their Stanley Cup victory with a boat parade. Captain Steven Stamkos even knocked back a celebratory drink from the cup to the delight of fans lining the shore. That's all I have for sports. Back to you, Susana.
And there's lots to celebrate in entertainment, from new arrivals to record breakers. Sandi, what's the scoop?
Yeah, that's right, Susana. There is so much happiness going around right now. For example, actor Kevin Hart and his wife Eniko welcomed their 2nd child this week. Baby Kaori Mai is the 4th child for this blended family. Hart also has 2 kids from a previous marriage. Mom Eniko took to social media to welcome her new addition to the world, calling her a little bit of heaven. And speaking of proud parents, singer Billie Eilish may only be 18 years old, but the Grammy winner has already got a documentary coming out about her. Perhaps the reason that they're making a movie about her life is because she made history in 2020 when she scored 4 awards in one night at the Grammys. She was the first woman ever to achieve that honor. Fans can see the documentary in February 2021 in theaters and on Apple TV+. And more music in the news this week. AC/DC fans now have something to sing about. The Australian band is getting back together for a new album and tour called PWRUP. 5 of the original and long-standing members are involved in the project. The group is releasing clues on social media about their reunion. But if you want to know more information, you can check out the band's website at www.acdc.com. And while we're on the subject of excited fans, Swifties have something to celebrate this week. Taylor Swift has broken another record. She has officially overtaken Whitney Houston for the most weeks at #1 by a female artist. According to Billboard, this is a really big deal, especially in a time when albums just don't stay at the top the way they used to. Well, Susana, that's all I have in entertainment this week. Now back to you.
And talking about topping the charts, it has been a hot one this week. Devon, How long can we expect these high temps to last?
Thank you, Susana. And if you take a look outside, you can see sunny San Diego is living up to its name today. Your look ahead, we have an excessive heat advisory, so make sure that water intake is up. Also, keep an eye on your pets. If you want to take them for a walk, make sure it's in the morning or the evening. If you're hot, they're more than likely hot too. Also, it is fire danger season, so that fire danger is going to increase as we move into these months. But for good news, temperatures are set to lower as we go through this week. Now, our current temperatures sit at 92 on the coast, 102 inland, 93 in the mountains, and a whopping 110 out in the desert. So if you're planning on any trips, I would avoid going out east. Next up, our national forecast. If you look out on the east coast, we see heavy rains in the northeast, and we also have a heavy rainstorm going down in Florida. Through the center of the country, we have a high pressure system, which is probably going to see a spike in temperatures for them. But on our west coast here, we are seeing a low temperature system, which is going to attribute to, you guessed it, lower temperatures. Now, let's take a look at the temperatures for tonight. All across the county, we're experiencing temperatures right around in the 60s, which is good if you like to hang out outside in the evening, crack open that window as usual for this time of year in San Diego, and enjoy that nice cool evening weather. In our 5-day forecast, we're going to see this weekend, we're going to still have those high temperatures, but we're going to slowly, gradually, and continuously see a decrease. And that's going to last us throughout the rest of the week. Our highs for this weekend are going to be at 90 with the lows at 63 all the way at Wednesday. That's been Devon with the weather. Thank you, Susana.
And that is all we have for tonight. Have a great weekend, and remember to follow SC City Newscene on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Good night.